Hello, Madison City Schools family. I'm Daniel Witt, your coordinator of instructional technology for the district. Every employee of Madison City Schools longs to welcome you all back into our buildings every day, for the day that we can give you everything we've got face-to-face once again. That day will come, and we hope it comes soon. But today, I come to you to start a new chapter in public education. As you know, the last 9 weeks of school last year, we went into an emergency shutdown of schools by directive of Alabama's governor. We did everything we could to ensure that our students had devices, an internet connection, and access to learning materials and their teachers. We called it optional e-learning. To start school this year, every student in our district will now participate in online learning every day. This will look quite different than it did last spring, and the stakes are much higher for everybody involved. We've committed our summer to acquiring the tools necessary and getting everyone in our district trained and ready. Now, it's time to make this happen. We promise that we'll do everything in our power to help each family find strategies to ensure success. So let's have a look at what you can expect coming into this school year in Madison City Schools. As I said, this experience is going to look much different than it did last spring. Our teachers will host frequent live lessons for students. Dependent upon your grade level, the frequency and duration of these interactions with your teachers may look quite different. Your teachers will work with you early on to clarify the expectations. Now is a good time to get everybody in the community on the same page about two important terms: synchronous learning and asynchronous learning. You may have heard these terms in other contexts, but today let's have a look at them in the context of virtual learning in Madison City Schools. Synchronous learning is what we call it when you, our students, are interacting live with your teachers. Most of us have been doing this kind of thing, doing video conferencing throughout the whole COVID-19 pandemic with our family and friends. We have a couple of primary tools that we're going to use, and our teachers are going to let you know how to get connected through those tools. Will there be hiccups from time to time? I'm sure there will be. But school has always come with challenges. Classrooms are always a little chaotic until we get our daily norms down. Teachers will make sure that any critical lessons are captured and placed into Schoology for any students who are absent from a synchronous video lesson. Now, what is asynchronous learning? Asynchronous learning is anything that doesn't happen for everyone in real time. There are many examples of this type of learning, and we did a lot of it last spring. For example, the teacher may post a reading assignment and ask you to write a short paragraph that analyzes that reading. Then, you post that paragraph you've written when you're done. As long as you meet that deadline and complete that task, then you fulfilled the assignment for asynchronous learning. Alternatively, your teacher may record his or her voice discussing a topic while showing you a PowerPoint. That video will be posted into Schoology for you to watch when you have some free time in your day. Then, you'll be expected to do one or more activities in conjunction with that video and post prior to the deadline. Your online virtual learning experience will be a blend of both of these types of learning activities. The important thing to note here about synchronous learning is that you'll have an actual schedule each day. Your teacher will let you know when he or she expects you to join the class in synchronous learning with video conferencing tools. Every age group will look different, and like I said before, the frequency and duration will differ based on the age of the student and the complexity of the course. What you see on the screen behind me now are just examples of a sample schedule for elementary students, middle school students, and high school students. Stay tuned in the first week or two of school for official schedules for you and your specific classes. Attendance will be taken by all teachers every day, whether that attendance pertains to synchronous or asynchronous learning opportunities. For middle and high school students, we are requiring you to log into every class every day. For elementary, we expect you to log into every core subject every day and then pay attention for special information related to any of your special classes during the week. Your attendance will be posted in iNow, also known as Chalkable. You can find a link to that system in the Parent Virtual Academy link right beside this video on our website. This is the same platform our community has always used to check grades and attendance for students. Students and parents have access to the system. And if you're having any problems or to get your initial login credentials as a parent, you can reach out to your school for login information. Please know that attendance in iNow may be delayed by a few days because of the complexities of virtual learning. I'll cover how to get into iNow a little later. Students, we understand the challenges of online learning. We know that you miss your friends, your teachers, and your school buildings. We know that this new normal, at least for a while, will be a challenge for all of you. It's a challenge for us too. We ask that you get up, eat your breakfast, and start engaging around 8 in the morning, like you always have. You'll have from 8 a.m. until midnight every day to complete your daily work. We promise not to ask you to stare at a computer screen for 8 hours straight every day, but we also expect daily participation through your computer. I'm sure you've heard of digital citizenship by now, but it's important to touch on a few aspects of that now. Being behind a screen in the year 2020 is almost no different than being in front of other humans face to face. We all have the same feelings, the same fears, the same needs, and the same types of reactions over the internet. The words that you choose to type or speak over the internet can be just as harmful, sometimes even more so, than they would be if you were in the classroom or on the playground. We ask that you please try to remember this as you get in the habit of participating every day with your fellow students and teachers. Be careful with your words. You will get frustrated. You will feel negative emotions. But that's the time just to slow down, take a deep breath, and choose your words carefully as you interact with others. Your teachers will address behavior problems as they always have. There is no anonymity behind the screen in virtual learning in Madison City Schools. Your Chromebooks and computers are protected by software that allows us to see things that you may do, which may break the student code of conduct. That code of conduct is now more powerful than it ever has been, and everything in that policy will continue to be paramount as we travel down this road of virtual learning to start the school year. Cyberbullying within the Madison City Schools online platforms will not be tolerated. Copying work from the internet or from your peers will not only not be tolerated, but it will also be really easy for your teachers to figure out. Just don't do it. And don't let anyone else copy your work. That's an easy one. To make it easy, just be on time to your synchronous meetings. Try to be in a room in your home that's free of distractions. Leave your mic on mute until you want to communicate. Be respectful and try to dress appropriately when you're on camera with your peers and teachers. So what might your day look like? Let's say you've had your breakfast and you're ready to log in. Many of you will choose to start your day by checking your email using Gmail. That's always a good way to start my day. Then you'll follow the schedule that is sent to you from your teacher. If you are to have a synchronous learning opportunity at 8:15 in the morning, you'll know that through Schoology. So let's take a quick look at Schoology. Schoology is a very robust learning management system that has been given to every school district in the whole state of Alabama. It's very friendly, but it's also still very new to all of us. We spent the summer getting it set up, and every teacher in the district has been trained on its use. There will be a learning curve for you, just as there will continue to be for me and our teachers. Please log in early in the day, especially at first, to make sure that you understand the expectations and how to find each piece of your daily requirements. If you have a synchronous learning opportunity early in the morning, like I mentioned before, there will be instructions posted in your course in Schoology that will make it clear what to do and how to do it. You'll join and participate for the duration listed in your daily schedule. Then, when you're done with that synchronous learning activity, you'll look at the other tasks posted by your teacher or teachers for that day. One of the great things about being at home while learning is that you can use the restroom, grab a snack before you move forward with your day. Try your hardest not to get too distracted though. Make sure that you're fulfilling the requests of every teacher, whatever those may be for the day. There are a variety of ways to find Schoology. First, if you're in Google Chrome and logged in globally with your Madison City email address and password, then you have the Madison City Schools bookmarks right there at the top left in your web browser. You can click those bookmarks, scroll down to find Schoology, click it, and log in with your Madison City Schools Google account. Alternatively, you can go to your school's website and just below the slideshow at the top of the homepage, there will be a button for Schoology. It doesn't matter how you find your way to Schoology each day. It just matters that you find a routine that works for you. We know that most of you have become accustomed to using Google Classroom. We did too. But Schoology is a lot bigger and better. We know that you will find Schoology to be more useful than Google Classroom in a small amount of time. Try not to get overwhelmed. Recognize that the first several days may be a little unfamiliar and challenging. New things are always hard. By weeks 2 and 3 of this process, we will all find routines that work for us, and success will become significantly easier moving forward. Once you're logged into Schoology, simply start by clicking Courses at the top left. Choose a course and start working your way down your teacher's requests. Your main courses will automatically be listed when you log into your Schoology account. You should not need to enter a join code as you may have done in the past in Google Classroom. In the Parent Virtual Academy section of our website, parents will find instructions on creating a parent account for Schoology. You can go there and make an account for yourself, and your child's teacher can send you a 12-character code which allows you to link every child in your family together under one parent account. This parent account will give you access to the lessons and expectations for your child each day. You'll also be able to send messages within Schoology to your child's teacher. However, for the sake of uniformity, we do ask that you, the parents, use email as your primary means of corresponding with your child's teacher. Every school's website in our district has a button at the top called Our Team. If you hover over Our Team and click Faculty or Teachers, you will find your child's teacher listed there. This is also where you'll find your administrative team, your counselor, and other important school personnel for you to reach out to as you need to. Please find your child's teacher there and use that area to send an email to your child's teacher. Students, you also have the ability to use email to communicate with your teacher, but we ask that you try to get in the habit of using the private messaging feature within Schoology. Separating communication in this way will help your teachers separate student and parent communication and will ensure the most timely responses possible in either situation. I don't have time in this video to show you all the wonderful aspects of Schoology. Depending on your age, your teacher will use Schoology in a whole lot of different ways. These first few days of virtual learning, your teacher is going to start small to help everyone develop critical habits with Schoology. So stay tuned for more tutorials, emails, and videos from your school and teacher that will walk you through how they will be using Schoology. Now's a really good time for me to explain to you the importance of using Google Chrome as your primary web browser at home. It doesn't matter if you're using one of the Madison City Schools Chromebooks that we have issued to you, your own MacBook, a Windows laptop, or even an iPad with a keyboard. We highly recommend that every student in our district use Google Chrome for everything related to virtual learning in our school system. If you're using Google Chrome, you need to log in globally to your web browser at the top right. Use your Madison City Schools email address and password to log in. If it asks you if you'd like to sync data or link data, the answer is always yes. By linking this data and syncing with Madison City Schools and Google Chrome, you will automatically receive our bookmarks. You'll receive special tools at the top right called Google Chrome extensions. And you'll be able to get directly into almost everything we expect you to do in virtual learning without having to log in every single time. You are welcome to use another web browser for anything else in your personal life, but for virtual learning this year, please ensure that Google Chrome is installed and that you have logged in globally to that browser when doing virtual learning. Schoology does a lot of things, but we've also purchased and integrated a number of other online tools for you and your teachers to use together. Some of these tools require additional login credentials. To curate all of those various services together in one place, we use a tool called Clever. Clever is considered a single sign-on service for schools. You can find Clever on every school's homepage as well as on the district homepage. Like Schoology, you can also find Clever in the Madison City Schools bookmarks in Google Chrome. Once you click into Clever, it should prompt you for your Madison City Schools Google email address. Once you log in, you'll see a variety of tools dependent upon your grade level. Some middle school and high school students will use a tool called Freckle with your teachers. To get into Freckle, you just find its icon like this little pig and click on it to enter Freckle. An elementary student may have an assignment in, let's say, IXL. Just find the IXL icon and click it to enter IXL. Some web services require you to log in once the first time in Clever. Clever then will remember your password forever after that. Other services already know who you are, what your username and passwords are, and will let you write in just by clicking once. Clever is a very powerful tool, and most of you will use it on a daily basis alongside Schoology. Now let's talk about grades. Teachers will take a variety of grades each week during virtual learning. Some will be considered daily grades and others will be considered major grades like they always have been. That's how it's always been in regular school. And virtual learning will be no different. Your teachers can enter grades into Schoology, but those grades are primarily useful for you and your student to get immediate feedback on how you did on a particular assignment. Your official grades will always be posted in Chalkable's iNow. iNow is the attendance and grade repository that we are required to use in the state of Alabama. Whether your teacher chooses to enter grades in Schoology or not, students and parents should always use iNow for the most official report of your grades. There are a variety of ways to find the link for iNow, but you can always access it by typing sis.madison.city.k12.al.us. Please try to get in the habit of checking grades in iNow at least once a week. It's going to take a village to develop and protect the integrity of this new way of learning. Communication between students, parents, teachers, and leadership will be the name of the game to ensure that no child in our district falls behind. Parents, your first point of contact related to your child will be the classroom teacher, but we know there are needs that supersede just academic ones. So let's quickly discuss who you should reach out to depending upon circumstance during this phase of virtual learning. If you have questions or concerns related to academic support, absenteeism, or just wish for a parent-teacher conference, start with your teacher first, please. If you're having trouble with a Madison City Schools Chromebook, or you can't get your username and password to work for a particular platform, we ask that you always reach out to our technology department using e-learning help at madisoncity.k12.al.us. Any email sent to this email address goes to over a dozen technology professionals who can help you. We will make every effort possible to answer your questions and help you solve your problems within the first 24 hours. But as you can imagine, this is new for all of us too. So please be patient, especially at first, as we work out the kinks of communicating exclusively through the internet. If you or someone in your family is in emotional distress or needs help related to mental health, we have created a single email address which goes directly to our district-wide social workers. Anything sent to this email address is confidential and goes only to these two trained professionals. Use emotional support at madisoncity.k12.al.us to get in touch with this resource. They may talk with you and give you advice, they may connect you with a school counselor, or they may be able to help you find the resources all throughout our community that you need. We know that this pandemic is having an effect on all of us, and we're here to support our community in every way humanly possible. Do not be afraid to reach out. Please don't let your emotional needs take a back seat during this challenging time. We also know there are other needs. If you have questions related to your schedule, you need food supplies or back-to-school items, please reach out to your school's counselor. You can find information about your counselor or counselors under the Our Team section of your school's website. They're there to help you. Listen, I can't thank you enough for giving me all this time as a family and to our school district today. I know this video was a long one, but I also know it's a critical piece to getting started on the right foot in virtual learning. None of us has ever been through a pandemic like this. No one on our staff or in our schools has ever confronted the challenges and complexities related to full virtual learning with all children, from pre-kindergarten all the way through seniors in high school. We value you. That's why we're doing this. We refuse to lower our expectations because of a virus. We refuse to put a halt on the learning and growth of you and your children because of a virus. We have the best teachers and administration in the state of Alabama, and we are working to reinvent the way we learn together. Stay tuned for additional information from your school and your teachers. We hope that this phase is over soon, but also know that this could be a wonderful time of growth and development for everybody in our Madison City Schools family. Let's all learn these tools and new ways of learning together. And one day, when we do return to school face-to-face, we will all be much stronger teachers and learners because of it. May you and your family remain healthy, safe, and excited about learning.